with Football Forever magic code VAMOS. Rockport is offer all my viewers a not lost $20 bet when you use my code VAMOS. Rockport is a gamble site with a sport book which has hundreds of different types of bets and odds. If the sport book isn't your thing, you can still use the code VAMOS and get up to 100% deposit, match up to $750. They have over 2,000 slots, live casino, tables like blackjacks and roulette. Remember to use my code VAMOS to claim when you sign up. If you need any help, go to Rockport Discord. All the links are in the description.
Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. João Cancelo to Barcelona, and here we go, according to the greatest of all time, Fabrizio Romano. Barça, main priority for the right back has been signed. Deal is done. We'll be sharing the screen with myself. I've got the depressed Liverpool fan, and I've got a Man City.
Wait. Can I say, we just beat Chelsea and potentially signed a centre back, so I'm not depressed. Hey,
and I've got Alex as well, a Man City fan, which will help. You know, I want to hear from him about João Cancelo. What is City selling him? What did happen with Cancelo and Pep Guardiola? Let's find out. Big up to everyone. Make sure you keep smashing the likes, please, people. The support has been absolutely insane. Like, I just can't thank you guys enough for all the love and support. Also to you guys who, guys keep supporting the channel by doing streams and making videos as well. But yeah, people. Dalival, how are you, by the way, my man?
I'm good. I mean, still, we won yesterday, which I'm not over, but I'm good overall. You know, life is good. But I mean, football-wise, good. Everything else is good. So yeah, I would say my life is good right now.
That's it. Alex, welcome back to the channel again. And how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm a bit over the place over this Mateus Nunes stuff, but I'm good. Good. Very confused.
What? Who said that comparison? No one.
Good to hear that you're good. I mean, look, I'm sharing my Twitter right now, obviously, with Fabrizio Romano. As you know, we've mentioned already, he's in here. We go, and according to obviously multi-reports, not just Fabrizio Romano, because this is a loan deal with a buy option clause included as well. So which that, according to multi-reports, the price on it would be around probably about 27 to 32, 33 million pounds, which for me, all right, yeah, João Cancelo is 29 now, right? Yes, I mean, it wasn't the best season last year, as you know, he basically fell out with Pep Guardiola, then he went on loan to Bayern. But we're talking about a player that, which I mentioned quite a few times, that at time he was, seasons ago, he was the best left back in the world. Like a player that can play in different systems, right? He can play as a left back, can play as a right back, can play as a right back winger, left back winger as well. Look, I'm happy. I'm not going to say he's the best right back in the world when he's not, but we need this signing. We need this signing more than we need like midfielders, more than we need wingers. This was one of the Barca main priorities for the summer. And yeah, I'm happy because, I think he's a quality player. Still there at the age of 29. I'm sure he has still a few more years at a high level. And I believe he will suit our style of football. And I believe João Cancelo is going to be a very good signing for us. And I'm happy. Look, and the deal as well, like I've just mentioned, we're going to end up buying him at the end of the season, which is going to cost us in today's markets for a player like João Cancelo. Let's not forget, a few years back, he was the best left back in the world. A few years back, he was at a high level. He was just absolutely unstoppable. He was unbelievable. But look, yeah, as a Barca fan, I'm super happy. Dalival, I'll move into you first, and before I move into Alex, what is your thoughts on João Cancelo? I know you've mentioned a few times. You do think he's a good player. Would you sign him for Liverpool?
No, because look, we need a defensive right back. If we're looking at it, Cancelo for me is not more of an attacking fullback. If we're looking at it more than a defensive one, we need like a proper defensive one. So I won't take him, not because I don't think he's a good player. I just don't think he fits our system. for Barca, 100%, he fits their system. I think this. I've always said my point. Cancelo is a system player. If you get the right system for him, he cooks. And I think Barca do have the right system. If he does, like again, the right system, I think he does well. But overall, look, it's on loan. So considering how cheap you guys are right now, you're broke right now. You got Cancelo still. I mean, look, will you buy him fully? I don't know, but will your financial be fixed in the next summer? Probably will. But you guys need to get these buys, and I think Cancelo for Barca is a good sign. But I mean, I remember at one point he was one of the best left back in the world. At one point, like with you, because like I said, he's a system player, and under Pep he did well. I mean, I'll be honest with you, but like I said, if you get the right system with him, I think he does do really well. If you don't get the right system, he goes wrong. Basically, you don't have to pay anything. Well, you do have to pay, but not really a major. That helps as well. So overall, it's a good signing for Barca. If you get the right system for him, I think he does really well for you.
Yeah, I think it will suit us, and I think he's going to do very well. And which team would not like to have him? I mean, we know his relationship with Guardiola is not the best. This is why he's leaving. But Alex, you thought on João Cancelo, obviously, he was your boy before, and I'm sure that there's a lot of Man City fans out there, and quite a few that I know that we speak quite a lot about football, and they mentioned to me, and they said they like Cancelo. They think Cancelo is a quality player, but then he has the problem which is his attitude, which may cause problems in the changing room. But Alex, your thoughts on João Cancelo?
So I did like him as a player. His attitude stinks. Yes, I can agree with that. But as a player overall, I really rated Cancelo quite a lot, especially like back in 2020, 2021. He was insane. And it's hard to see him go because he's such a great player. But I suppose if it clears out the heat in the changing room, then maybe it might be the best idea. But I'm not a big fan of this £30 million release clause, or whatever it is. I think it should be more, judging by the fact that we were going to put a release clause when he was at Bayern and a lot higher. And all of a sudden now he's at Barca. I don't know why it's a lot lower. So I think it should be even, to be fair to both clubs. Just so we know that Bayern didn't feel like they were getting scammed if they wanted to buy him overall. So I'm quite gutted, that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, quality player. I think this is a quality signing for us, which we know we struggle. Look at last night against Villarreal, conceded 3 goals. That right back was just a mess. Obviously, we got Ronald Araujo injured. This is probably, obviously, we got Gundogan. For me, he's the signing of the summer, which he was free. But I think, when you look at Barcelona from last season to this season, clearly a right back was the main priority. And again, João Cancelo for this price, I know it's not only a loan, but I'm sure we will end up buying him at the end of the season. And let me just quickly go in a live chat. Big up to everyone. Vamos, Cancelo, baby, yo. Yes, big up, brother. Guys, let me know in a live chat what is your thoughts about João Cancelo. If you're a Barca fan, and if you're not a Barca fan, let us know. Let us know that what is your thoughts on João Cancelo. Some tears in here. Saiba, big up to you, my brother. Big up. But yeah, this is a quality signing, which is a needed signing that I was begging in the summer. We must sign a right back. And we did. And here we go. Like Fabrizio Romano said, I'm excited. I feel like, it will make us better for sure. That it will give time as well as, Ronald Araujo to play as a centre back as is his main position. Conde, when Christensen is not, he seems to get quite a lot injured. Also, we can look at yesterday. We rest Balde, but then we had to play Marcos Alonso, which Marcos Alonso is finished. This guy should have been retired about 10 years ago. And this is a signing João Cancelo will not just give us what we want, a right back, a top right back, but it will also give us that he can play as a left back. he can also play as a right back winger. He can play as a left back winger as well. He can play in different systems. I do not get why Dalival thinks Cancelo is a system player where he can play back three, he can play back four, he can play back five.
He's a system player.
I just don't. I have to disagree with you. As much as I love you, you're my little brother, but yeah, I just have to disagree with you on that one. Because I just don't think it just makes sense.
What happened? Okay, what happened here at Bayern? What happened? How was he at Bayern? He didn't do that well, did he? And I think Pep made him look good. We'll see. I'm gonna see how he does at Barca. Today, prove me wrong. Okay, I'm just to be honest. But right now, he's a system player. But let's see how he does at Barca. That's what I'm gonna say. If he does well, I'll apologize for this. But right now, I'll see how he does at Barca. There, I'll see. But yeah,
I know he's not. When it comes to defend, he's not. You know, in terms of defend, he's not the best in the world, but he's still better than Alex.
Why are you bringing Trent in? Whoa! Why did Trent come in?
I think Trent just can defend anyway. Big up to Joshua. Big up, brother. Big up. In here, my brother says Cancelo is very useful because he will play right back, so Conde and Christian can be centre backs, and he can be a left back when Balde is injured. Exactly what I was just mentioning about yesterday, which we struggled a lot yesterday. If Villarreal could take their chances, we would never have won that game. Let's be honest in here. When Arrows is back, our defensive depth will be great. It will be amazing. Absolutely. I agree with you. And he says Cancelo is an assistant player he played well at Valencia, Benfica, Inter, Juventus, and City, which all are different systems. Well, absolutely. Yeah, and if you think he went to Bayern, the thing is, he went to Bayern where Bayern wasn't a mess, right?
They had a good enough team, man. Come on, they literally had still a decent team for him to do well. He didn't do well.
But then they didn't lose the Bundesliga because there was like a Dortmund bottle. In the Champions League there was against City, and then in the cup they got knocked out in the cup as well. It was like second negligence. It was just a whole. Tuchel is not as good as a lot of people think. I do not rate Tuchel. I don't think Tuchel is a top manager. Some people think Tuchel is a top manager. I cannot see. The guy makes a lot of mistakes. And I've seen, look at Bayer last season. He took over Bayer. Bayer was about to win the treble. And he took over Bayer. He bottled. He's very poor. But yeah, I mean, I think he's not a system player. I think he can suit any team. And I think he's a quality player.
Why are we being a trend in this? Well, I agree. I agree with this. Trent's bad defensively. I never said he's worse defensively than Trent. Why are we even comparing to Trent? Is he that low right now? We're comparing to Trent now because we should be comparing him if he's good defensively to the best. Trent defensively is not good. Okay, so why are we even comparing him to Trent? We should be comparing him to the bigger ones, the bigger right backs. Let's not compare him to Trent. Okay,
Alex.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit more about Cancelo? Because I disagree with what Dalival says. He thinks that Cancelo is a system player. Do you think he's a system player?
Yes and no. Because I think the thing with Cancelo is he's so freely open that he can move around wherever you need him to go. So I wouldn't say he gets put in a certain system he does really well. I'd say it's where he's feeling most where he wants to be on the pitch. So personally, I think he's better at the fullbacks than putting him on the wings, but he's still very good on the wings. He still gets up there, gets goals, gets assists. But realistically, Cancelo, he's a great player, and I wouldn't put him in one position for the rest of the time he's at the club. I'd move him around rotational sort of way in the positions. And if you need to bench anyone, he's perfect for that position.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me just quickly go in a live chat. We've gone to the ball. Big up, my friend. Says Vamo, big up, big up. And he says Cancelo is not better than Trez. I mean, going forward, definitely no. I think going forward, Trez is clear of anyone, any right back in the world.
I agree with this. Wait.
Good.
defensively, Cancelo is better. However, it depends how you're playing. If you're looking for
And overall, as a player, Trez is better than Cancelo.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, that was because overall player, I agree. I think that's what he means, overall player. But yeah, I actually agree. I still stand by my statement. He's a system player, but we'll see how he does at Barca. See how he does at Barca. Because
it's hard to say when you're saying that he's a system player, right? How can you say that? For me, when you say he's a system player, it means you can only sue one system, right?
When I say that, I just don't think he can only play some few systems, but can't play all of them. If you want to do to a job, depends how. Okay, look, if you're playing a 4-3-3, obviously, I don't. Well, what did City play when they were? I actually forgot. Depends how you're looking at it. Look, we'll see. I don't know what system Barca are playing, but let's see how he does. But what I mean best, he can only play a few systems. I don't think he can play mostly all the systems. He can only play 2 systems. I don't think he can play all the systems. That's the truth. He's not that great.
He has played in different leagues as well. You know, he did well at Inter, Juventus, obviously at Bayer. Like I've mentioned already, Bayer was in a mess. He signed for Bayer, and the Bayer went down the hill. There was almost everyone thought they was going to win the treble, and it went down the hill. Siba, big up, brother, big up. Hope you're doing well. Defensively, Cancelo is better than Trez, but Trez going forward is a better player, and overall as a player as well. I mean, Trez is absolutely brilliant. What a footballer! But then he just can't defend.
I disagree.
Trez only better crossing, set piece, non-dribble and pace. I mean,
disagree.
come on, let's be real. I mean, yes.
Pace,
Even dribble, yeah, Cancelo, because Cancelo is quicker than Trez. When you see him trying to take players out as well, I mean, and making runs, behind defenders and stuff, you would think that Cancelo, because Cancelo is quicker. But I think overall, I think Trez just edge a better player. But both are good players for sure. And let me see in here. Yeah, you're right there. Dalival, but this signing for Barcelona, right? Obviously, this was one of the Barca main priorities, this summer to sign a right back, which we had a lot of problems last season, and we got his signing now.
Yeah.
And look, overall, I think who do you think Barcelona should? Let's say if Barcelona had to sign another player, which look, as I've just mentioned, right back was our main priority. Who would you sign for Barca right now?
João Felix.
Why?
Okay, first of all, your right winger is absolutely awful. Rafinha, I'm just kidding, not João Felix. I was just joking about that one. On a serious note, you don't have enough midfielders. I'll be honest with you. Probably
We
right
have
winger.
plenty of midfielders.
Right winger. You put in actually a striker. I think Oh, it's difficult though. There's no good striker. I actually don't know. The market, I don't know who you guys, because I think you need a striker. But the issue is, with the money you have, I don't know who you go for. Unless you want to go for a young guy. I just don't know. Maybe, like Simba says, maybe Lo Celso. I mean, Lo Celso would be a decent back.
I mean, Lo Celso's quality, I think he would suit our style of football, but then we got too many midfielders. We just got too many midfielders right now. I do like Lo Celso. I think he would suit Barca's style of football, absolutely. But I don't think we need any more midfielders, my brother. Look how many midfielders we got. Let's not forget as well, we've got some young players as well. So I think, after signing our main priority, which was the right back, I would definitely sign a backup striker for Lewandowski, which we signed Vitor Roque, who was a baller. What a player. Vitor Roque would definitely be the best striker in the world in the future. This kid is something special, but then he cannot play for Barca until next year. Till January 2024. So we need a backup for Lewandowski after last season and all the games that Lewandowski played. And you can tell, look how many players are getting injured right now, right? When you look at the likes of Pedri, Ronaldo Araujo. Look at clubs like Madrid, like Vinicius just got injured. Other clubs that everyone's getting injured right now. Why are these players getting injured? Right? Why have Lewandowski not performed? Hasn't really performed since the World Cup because he's building up all the games he has on his leg from last season, which had the World Cup, and the season before. This is coming. This is coming 2 seasons. Look at all the players getting injured now. A lot of hamstrings out there. A lot of players getting injured. So Lewandowski, basically, I know he scored yesterday, but he was rubbish again yesterday. He scored a tap in, but he was rubbish. When was the last time that Lewandowski gave us, a world class performance? When? You can't remember last time Lewandowski. Probably his first 3 months at Barca, which he was banging goals for fun in La Liga. He was scoring in the group stage in the Champions League. Like Lewandowski, we must sign a backup, which, like I said, we signed, but he cannot join Barca until 2024. But we got Ferran Torres, who most likely, from what we've seen from the pre-season and already a few games in La Liga, he will be Lewandowski back up. He will play as a number 9, but still, Ferran Torres is not number 9. Yeah, he will score in here, there, but he will not guarantee, 20 goals a season. Yeah, he's been okay, but you guys know I don't like Ferran Torres. But I think after signing João Felix, most likely we will probably go for João Felix, right? João Cancelo, we'll probably go for João Felix, which I don't want him. I've said this plenty of times. If his girlfriend doesn't want him, why would me, a real Barca fan in here? Like, I know the game. I understand the game. João Cancelo is very inconsistent, also has attitudes, and he's not as good as a lot of people think. And players like João Cancelo, we've got so many in the squads. We got so many players in the squad that which could do João Cancelo job. João Cancelo will not guarantee us, not even probably 15 goals a season. You're telling me, right? When was the last time João Cancelo scored 15 league goals? Never. That never happened. João Felix never scored 15 league goals. Obviously, he's not a number 9. But what are we going for him when we have so many players in the squad which could do his job? We got Ferran Lopez, who is a big talent and a young player, which is very similar style of football, same as João Felix. Why would we go for João Felix? But I've got a funny feeling that we're signing João Cancelo, which I'm very happy, and we're going to end up signing João Felix, which a player that I don't want to. Like I say, if his girlfriend doesn't want him, why would we want him? No, we need to reject that guy. That guy, we don't need João Felix. We do not. It does not make sense us going for João Felix. But anyways, we get a young striker in January. Yes, Vitor Roque Ferreira. Remember, he also got my name, right? So respect the Ferreiras because we taking over the world, my friend. We're taking over the world. I'm dreaming here about Bernardo Silva would be perfect to play wing and midfield if needed. Absolutely, like he does for Man City. But come on, we asking what 85 million, 75 million, and he just renewed his contract. But I'm telling you right now, the reason Bernardo renewed his contract is because Barca cannot afford Bernardo. If Barca had the money, Bernardo would sign for Barca probably last summer. Barca still attracts any quality, any top players. Barca and Madrid will always be the biggest club. Barca and Madrid will always be the biggest dream for any footballer. So Barcelona doesn't matter. Yes, we got no money. We're going through a lot of problems, but we still attract all the best players. Look, players like Gunningham, right? Like Bernardo would easy come to Barca, easy if we had the money. Big up to you, my brother. BPT Siva says maybe a left back because Alonso is rubbish. We know Marcos Alonso should retire. I don't know where this guy is still playing football. He's shocking. And but then I mean, I don't know. For me, a backup for Lewandowski. But let's see what's going to happen. I am telling you right now. Remember what I'm saying here, because you guys know when I'm not trolling, when I say stuff, it will happen. And believe me, what I'm saying to you. How many days we go until the winter transfer to end? It's Monday today. We've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we've got another 4 days, right? it's going to be even way. Always sign one more player, or we're not. And the player we're going to sign is going to be João Felix, which I'm going to be well annoyed. I'm going to be well pissed off. Even if he goes, he comes to Barca and probably scored the winning goal in the Champions League final. Still, I don't care. I'm that kind of football fan where I don't. I stick to what I said, right? I'm not just going to change my mind because a player score, a winning goal in a Champions League final. No, I'm not. I will always stick to what I said from day one. I would never change my mind about João Felix. He could go and have an amazing season with Barca. I've said this plenty of times. Yeah, he's okay player. He's a good player, but he's not as good as a lot of people thinks he is. He's overrated. He's inconsistent. He has attitudes. His girlfriend doesn't want him. I don't want him. He got rejected by his girlfriend. So that's it. I think Ferran is our backup striker until January. He looks good this season. Absolutely, like I would just mention as well. Cancelo is quite an important and good signing for Barca. Absolutely spot on, and it was Barca priority. Our priority was to sign a right back, and then here we go. We signed Cancelo, which, like I said, I'm happy. A good signing, very good signing, and look, the deal as well. I don't think we could get better. We are broken. We got no money, right? We got no money. We can't afford the players' breakfast, right? We got nothing. I don't know what's gonna happen with my club. Sometimes I'm actually worried. The situation that my club goes through, it does make me worry because I love my club too much. Barca's the only love I've got in my life, and then it worry me like we can't even afford a players' breakfast. But I'm sure we will get over this. I'm sure we will be back. I'm sure we will be able to in the future, which we got a lot of young players. Look and remember the name Yamal. Remember the name. There's a video coming up very soon about it. But yeah, I mean, look, that is it. This is our thoughts. Just sorry to finish off quickly. Not having money and the fact that is a loan deal, which we most likely will sign him at the end of the season for around probably less than 30 million. Who would think in today's market? Let's not forget, João Cancelo is only 29 years old, right? 29, he still got a few more years at a high level. And in today's market, signing him for the price that most likely we'll be signing him for, let's say even for about 32 million pounds, it's crazy. We're talking about, look, I've said this plenty of times, that we're talking about a player who 2 seasons ago, he was the best left back in the world. It was absolutely unbelievable. A player, he fell out with Pep Guardiola. Whatever happened between them, which I don't care. Look, it happened. He wasn't the same player anymore. He got dropped as well. Then he had his long time at Bayer, which Bayer was in the worst time for Bayer last season because Bayer was about to win the treble and they lost everything. And that was because they sacked Nagelsmann. So, yeah, look, I'm happy, but big up to every single one of you. The love has been insane. Keep supporting the channel. Remember, if you haven't smashed a like, please make sure you do. On your way out, do it. And I always keep supporting the channel. God bless you all. And I will see you guys, of course, as usually, myself or my special guests. We will be back soon. Maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight. Who knows? We don't know. But yeah, keep supporting the channel. God bless you all. And I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you. Vamos!